Okay, so bit of a different format today, obviously. I'm in my backyard, and I'm using this weird gooseneck phone holder thing around my neck, which is pretty cool. It gives me the chance to go hands-free and still somewhat keep myself in frame. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty comfortable, and it's going to be today's experiment. But what are we going to talk about? We are going to discuss how often somebody should post online if they want to make a business out of social media, and what the limit really is. Because I was on a live stream on Friday night, which was really fun, but I got a question that really made me self-reflect about my own posting habits. And that was, how many times per day, or per week rather, do I post reels on Instagram? And the answer is roughly 21. Minimum of 21, because my daily goal for posting is 3 videos per day. Sometimes more, but rarely ever less. So about 21 a week, and it's aggressive. It's very aggressive, I admit, especially with the level of quality that I aim for every day with the custom sound effects and all this kind of thing. It's intense, you guys, but also it's my business at this point. And I treat it that way pretty aggressively. And I enjoy what I do, so it's not a huge complaint, but it is work, and it is a consideration if you want to compete with other AI artists on the internet. You're going to have a regiment. In fact, not just AI art, but any niche on Instagram and social media. You're going to have a schedule, and you're going to have to stick to that schedule pretty regularly, because these platforms pay very close attention to that, and I've really come to learn that. And the reason I really know this is because a few months back, I started posting to other platforms like Facebook and X and YouTube more consistently than ever before, whereas previously it was just kind of spotty posting here and there. But especially in the case of Facebook, the moment that I started posting on a regular schedule, every single day on time, pick the best time for you to post depending on when your audience is most active. You can find that information in the apps, but if you just stick to that time slot every single day, I saw my Facebook skyrocket. I was posting things here and there for several months, but I didn't experience any growth on Facebook. I got maybe a dozen followers here and there. But the moment that I stuck to a schedule, at least a few weeks thereafter, it wasn't instantaneous, but it was clear that the moment that I flipped the switch on sticking to a schedule, the platform responded in kind and started promoting my page. And now it's up to about 10,000 followers in a matter of, I don't know, maybe 2 months I've been consistent with the scheduling on Facebook. And so I would like to be a little bigger than that, obviously, but it's a heck of a lot bigger than it was for the past several months. So definitely something to be said about posting consistently, at least on Meta, and certainly the others. I'm sure all the algorithms are the same as far as that goes. They all like consistency. And TikTok was the same situation, by the way. I started being consistent on TikTok, and I experienced actually pretty meteoric growth in that regard. I'm almost about to cross 1 million followers now on my TikTok. It was kind of hovering around the 300,000 or 400,000 range for like half a year, which is still a decent number, but it was kind of stuck there. It wasn't moving anymore. But the moment that I flipped the switch on consistent posting, it skyrocketed. And more than doubled now in a matter of couple months. So anyways, guys, without getting too bogged down in the numbers, because that's a little dry, consistency is key, and it's like the biggest part of the equation, I think, in many ways. Of course, you need to distinguish yourself as well with the type of content that you're going to post. Obviously, you need to carve out your own little niche and be passionate about it to the point that you can actually be consistent. Because if you're not passionate about what you're creating, you're not going to stick with it, period. And I firmly believe that. I firmly believe that you have to be passionate. So until you find that, the consistency doesn't even matter, because you're not going to stick with it anyways. So Step one is to really find a niche that you're passionate about, something to create that you really enjoy. And I love the types of videos that I make. So yeah, I'm kind of reiterating some bullet points that I've already brought up in past videos, but kind of repackaged. I really want to drive home this point of consistency and the fact that daily posting is only going to benefit you. You know, there's these common myths and misconceptions that you can post too often on these platforms and therefore be demoted or punished even by the algorithms. I am not a believer of that, at least not in my experience. I've never, ever seen a downside to posting too much, at least not in my niche. Maybe it depends, but I've never seen a downside. I've only experienced more and more growth proportionate to how often I post. And I really encourage you to play with that experiment and take it seriously. And yeah, consistency is very important. So is caffeine, by the way. Caffeine is very important to me. But yeah, folks, just, I guess I'll talk about more of like the live stream from Friday. It went really well. It was from a great friend of mine, by the username jboogxcreative on Instagram, otherwise known as Tyler. Really good guy, really cool creator in the space who, I only recently did a collab with. It kind of took a while there, but we finally worked our way around. We both have very busy schedules, but, yeah, that's finally up and live, and it was really fun to make. We spent about 5 hours Friday night just crafting meticulously this crazy reel, which looked completely unlike the source material. I'll put it that way. Like where we started versus where we ended was like very radically different. So many steps in between to really transform this works in interesting ways. And I encourage you to watch it over on his channel if you can. I believe his YouTube is also jboogxcreative. I'll tag it in the description below, but really fun time. And yeah, hope to do much more of that in the future. I want to do more of my own kind of co-creator live stream events as well. I think that'd be really fun to bring on other creators in the space and either collaborate on a project or just talk, you know, just chat about AI and work and general stuff like that. I think it'd be a lot of fun to have a podcast centered around AI and AI art. So I guess stay tuned for that when I find the time to put it together. I've been so busy lately, but I'd love to make it happen. And yeah. Yeah, so I guess another week ahead of myself to put out more content, more videos. And, well, I don't know what else to talk about. You see, I kind of just jump into these videos without a clear path, and I prefer it that way because that's how I am as a person. I kind of just like to jump in. And, you know, to be honest with you, it hasn't really held me back in life as much as you might think. I've actually done pretty well with that strategy. I think, though, there are other factors at play, like aggressive consistency and tenacity and things like that. And this is really cool. This gooseneck is sick. It's cool that I can just kind of relax and do whatever I want with the rest of my body and not have to think about it. It's really great. And yeah, if you have any suggestions, though, about what you'd like to see me talk about, for those of you who are following me pretty regularly, I would love to hear about it. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you want me to talk about as far as my page or AI or just what I think about certain topics. I'm more than happy to field your opinions on that and run with it, because this is a very new venture for me, this whole YouTube thing. I mean, I've been uploading shorts on YouTube for a while now, and they get a good amount of traction. I'm very grateful, but I do want to branch out into other territory like this, like longer form, talking to the camera types of things. I've wanted to do that for years, so this is kind of my first real attempt at that. And I hope that it's going well so far. I hope that truly you're getting value out of these videos, because I try and give you everything that I can think of in the moment pertaining to AI and social media and what I do and how you can improve and how you can build your own social media empire, as it were. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, peace.